Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise, and welcome to today's stream. I am your host, Hydra, and today I am doing another Doggo Discussion. However, today I will be joined by someone else. They are a friend of mine and editor who has been helping me with videos. So, let me just hop on the call. Do-do-do. Ta-da. My friend Epic.
Hello. Am I coming through clearly? Hopefully I am.
Let me see. Should turn you up just a smidge. Try saying something now?
Something now.
Maybe a little louder. Okay, one more time. Professional streamer, by the way.
Yeah, certainly. Very professional.
There we
Plans out all
go.
beforehand. It's all amazingly set up beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Totally didn't do this like the minute before stream started. Whatever.
Totally did ask me like 3 minutes ago. No.
Mm-hmm. But yes, this is my friend slash editor, Epic. If you've seen the highlight videos, you will have seen him, or if you're part of several different servers, you might have seen him. Quite quiet, but very nice fellow.
Oh, thank you.
Anything you want to specifically introduce?
Yeah, I think you pretty much covered it. I mean, hopefully people know me from the edited stuff. I put some effort into it.
You did good work. You've been doing very good work, and I'm very appreciative of it.
Better be. There's a lot of time.
Yeah, editing does take forever. Like, I was trying to, I downloaded and was starting to edit the video from the other day because I forgot to do that. So I was starting doing today, and I got about halfway through, and I was like, okay, I have to stop and get ready for stream, because I spent several hours, and it's still only half done. And this was just uploading the straight VOD. Essentially, I was just going through, cutting out, like, lots of dead air, and just skimming through it and cutting it takes forever, even though I'm not really cutting a lot, so looking at what you do, it's like, wow, you do a lot more than that because you watch so much, you clip it, pick the best clips and such, and it's just,
I've technically watched it like 4 or 5 times in total. The finished product. And
yeah,
then have to think of extra stuff to add if I want to do that too.
jeez, you
It's a
do
fair
so
bit of work.
much,
Yeah.
and it takes forever.
I'm only doing a light bit of editing as well. If I was more serious about it, I would be like at 20, like 40 minutes maybe of footage edit. Well, I guess that's what we have currently, don't we? It's about 40 minutes
I,
or so.
I think it was 40 minutes when you sent it to me, and then we condensed it down to like 20 something.
I mean, I've total like done completed footage about like 40 minutes or so ish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look out for a future upload. You'll see it maybe.
Should be
Unless like
uploaded tomorrow.
yeah,
Also,
unless
heyo, Enio, and Zol.
unless YouTube explodes, then it'll be uploaded maybe the day after.
Mm-hmm. See, I was smart this time and I didn't upload it straight away. I have it on delay, so I can actually upload the HD version.
YouTube's a fun place.
Oh yeah, it's very lovely.
Yeah.
Hey, Ozerix. Good. Looks like folks are finally trickling in. When does YouTube not explode? That is fair. YouTube is constantly... There's something usually always wrong with YouTube. But it's a platform that most are familiar with and use, and it's pretty much the longest lasting sort of platform like this, so it's become the role model for others. Sorry, I was busy attempting to skip school while starting my ferry run. Alright then.
Why are you running with? Is it like a Pokemon thing? I don't know Pokemon.
Yeah, Scarlet and Violet in the newest game, a big sort of plot point is the school. Mhm.
Oh my, it's Sunday. They wouldn't be skipping. I don't even sit up for the comment.
Yeah, Epic. It's Sunday.
I thought they were legitimately like, I'm staying home. I'm not going to school today. I'm doing like video game.
I'm also pretty sure I mean, Enio is like a full-blown adult. So,
I don't know who's who.
I guess he could mean college, but I don't recall Enio being in college. I've been busy today. Had to help my dad bring a swing set to my cousin's house for her son. That seems sweet. And also heavy.
It depends on the swing size, I suppose.
I imagine like the kiddie ones, even like the smaller ones, they're still gonna be pretty heavy because you want them strong in metal, so.
Strong in metal or durable wood. Yeah.
Mhm. I have to start with an Azrael, so the team star members of the opening are too strong for me for once. I had a year off of university and I'm gonna do my master's this year. Is that true? That'd be neat. I am currently in college. Luckily, I have this weekend off, which means I stream. So no weekend off.
I'm currently in employment and it's a wonderful time. Although not really. 'Cause IT work is fun. Oh, God.
Mm.
Some people are. Some people.
Yeah, I don't imagine working in IT is relatively fun, unless you have like the part of IT which is like I don't know. I don't imagine IT being enjoyable in any sense, honestly.
I mean, it is occasionally fun for like if you like problem solving, it's fun. If you if you don't like repetitive tasks or fixing the same issue over and over, then no, it's not fun.
Hmm.
Or dealing with people. I don't like that part. God, sometimes I don't like that part.
Yeah, that's understandable. A lot of people don't really enjoy other people.
Mm. But it does really
Right.
depend on what part of IT you do, because there's like various areas.
Yeah. It wasn't that heavy, just completely put together, so I had to ride in the back and hold it. Oh, that's probably awkward.
Oh, that
Well,
would be awkward, yeah.
why would I lie about that? I did my bachelor's 2 years ago, and this year has been a break. I didn't know you went to college. That's why I was like, oh, really? Is that true? Because you never bring it up. And I didn't know that you were like, you already had your bachelor's, which is impressive. I'm currently
You mean
working on mine.
university?
Yeah.
I don't think college and university are the same thing. I don't think they're the same thing.
I mean, I essentially use them as the same thing because, like, here, college and university can be used either way. They're essentially the same. But it's like one of those things where it's like a university can be college, but a college no wait. I don't know. I know college and university they can't they're technically separate things where like colleges are smaller and universities are like bigger. But essentially here it's pretty much you throw whatever word around. College, university. We know what you mean generally. I currently go to a university if you wish to be specific. Hello Hydra, how are you? Hey Araki, I'm good. What are the bot commands? Um, I forget. What's the list command?
Help, I think it is. Is it help?
I think I disabled help. It was a different one.
Oh.
It's secrets. That's what it is. Secrets. Because, yes, my commands are technically secret ones that some people still haven't figured out all of them, which, that's pretty cool. There you go. Thank you, Zol. I have a bachelor's in business accounting with finance. Ah, I see. And college and uni are somewhat different in terms of learning styles, but will offer the same qualifications. Yeah, that's why they get tossed around pretty similarly, because it's usually like they usually mean the same thing. It's just bigger or smaller. I've never been to a college or a uni because I can't afford to go, sadly. Yeah, I was sort of lucky because the way I am sort of paying for everything is scholarships. Scholarships have paid for basically everything. I'm getting paid to go to college.
When I did education and did college, I think it was all paid out of pocket, pretty much. I've been to a lot of schools and such too, just due to moving around a whole bunch. Not haven't gone to uni though, so I can't tell you what it's like. But I've been to a few colleges, and they're pretty interesting. Though of course the UK and the US probably have some differences.
Not entirely sure how different they would be. They have the same premise at least, so it's probably just a matter of, what it actually looks like structure wise, and also maybe teaching style is slightly different, but overall should have generally the same.
All colleges have a rough structure, I suppose, but they can vary greatly.
Mm-hmm. Is this American talk? I'm too British to understand. Not being able to go for financial reasons. I mean, yeah, here in the US, we have to pay a lot for college.
Well, I guess it depends on your age too, because you're over like 18, then you gotta pay for doing college.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're under, then it's not too bad. You might have to pay a deposit, but eh, you get the deposit back.
Yeah, here it's very expensive, and I don't know, it's seen more of a privilege over here to go to college, honestly, just because how stingy they are with prices. The U.S. technical as colleges and university. Oh, the U.S. technical has colleges. Oh, I get what he's trying to say. The U.S. technically has colleges and universities, like the University of Virginia, but is still a college. Yeah. Took a couple rereads, but I got there. My work has been hell for me since I usually work alone and I'm very lonely. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. It's unfortunate. But I suppose it's better than nothing, right?
Generally, being employed in anything's better than nothing, yeah.
Hmm. Unlike me, whose only form of income is stream, and I'm not even an affiliate, so. Mm. Well, no, there's also commissions, but I rarely get commissions nowadays.
The same.
It's expensive in the UK too. We just have a better student loan system.
I
Uh,
assume you're talking about uni, and yeah, that's a few thousand, generally.
yeah.
I never actually went to uni. I only went to college.
Mm.
Did not want to get stuck with the debt. So,
Yeah, that's
didn't go.
fair. It's not for everyone. I work at McDonald's. I work at a Walmart cleaning for a living.
Oh.
I, you have my sympathies.
Yeah, that ain't fun. At least it's cleaning, but oh, that ain't fun.
Don't say at least it's cleaning. It's a Walmart. You don't want to be cleaning at a Walmart.
I wouldn't want to be dealing with the people at a Walmart. Compared to that, I think cleaning's fine.
Like,
I don't know what Walmart is like. I'm in the UK, but I mean, you hear the stories, and
yeah,
no.
Walmart is a crazy place.
Yeah, everyone goes to Walmart. Unfortunately, everyone goes to Walmart, and that means you have to deal with every kind of person.
Hmm.
And there's some people you don't want to deal with. Just period. Ever.
Yes, very much. Yeah, Walmart is sort of like the big, well-known thing across the U.S. So this store is pretty much for everything, and you can find almost anything. Walmart feels like an SCP.
I think you're thinking of IKEA, but yeah.
The endless IKEA SCP. That would be a terrible way to go, being trapped in like an IKEA. I work at McDonald's with no teamwork at my work. That sounds annoying.
That does sound extremely annoying. Oh dear.
Honestly, if you're working at any fast food place and your team is just basically every man for themselves, it's gonna be hell working there. Because lack of communication in those types of job fields feels like it would just back things up, make it difficult, such.
Any hands to make light work, but if we're all doing different work, and you're not gonna get much done very fast.
Hmm. Also, I did hydrate. Warp skip successful. Now time to get an Eevee. Honestly, I'm not really sure how my future looks when it comes to job. Obviously, I want to be a psychologist, but it's still one of those things where it's a far off goal, so it's hard to envision what that'll actually look like, you know? I, I think it would be nice though. Okay. Another thing that I want to look more into is, so I mentioned the last stream about sewing that I was going to learn, and I did learn how to do sewing, and it's actually a lot easier than I thought it was. Like, it's actually pretty simple, which is cool. So now that I know that, I'm perhaps thinking of, using the sewing abilities I learned to start making things. Because I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, so I don't think putting things together with fabrics is too difficult. I mean, you can do fancy stuff, and that's a bit more advanced, probably, but yeah, no, it doesn't seem like it's that hard.
Hmm.
You can technically make a profit out of those, but I wouldn't recommend going too hard on that, honestly.
Hmm. It'd be the
That's,
equivalent of like the art commissions I do. Like I do it for like a side hobby, you know.
oh yeah, definitely. But don't like make that a career of being like self-employed and doing textiles. I've seen where that gets people, unfortunately. I mean, it can work out with a bit of luck and a bit of work and a good amount of planning, but
Hmm.
if you don't know what you're doing or don't have a good base to start from or that sort of thing, you'll crash and burn hard. I've had personal experience in that, we'll say.
Oh no, that's unfortunate.
Well, don't worry, it wasn't my career, but it did affect me much at the time.
I mean, it still
But
sucks to see, regardless.
yeah, it sucks to experience.
Hmm. But yeah, like a lot of the things I've been doing, they're just sort of hobbies and for fun. Streaming, doing art, just testing out different art mediums, all for fun. My main investment is psychology. But yeah. My main goal with the sewing thing is to perhaps successfully make like a fursuit tail. That'll be my one goal, and then I'll be happy enough.
You know, boots are really impressive. I mean, like I guess the high-end ones are the only ones I've kind of seen around the internet, but they do look impressive.
Yeah, they're really impressive when they're pulled off. When they're pulled off very well. And when it comes to the tails, they're not. They're actually probably the easiest part to do, or at least in my opinion, they seem the easiest to do, because a lot of it is just you trace the fabric, you cut it out, you sew it together, you stuff it, and then you top it all off.
It's basically a long fabric tube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems easy enough.
It's more time consuming than difficult, so I think I could do it. Looks like people are testing out a bunch of the commands.
But probably has a cooldown, guys. You might need to give it a second.
It's fine. I don't mind. Let them have fun. If it gets annoying, then I'll say something, but yeah. I need to get back into my art hobby and get back into streaming. I've been too emotionally drained and unmotivated to do so. Yeah, when it gets to that point where you're just like, I'm too drained to do the things I enjoy, it's good to just sort of take a break, you know? It sucks to do. It's like, I want to do this thing, but I just don't have the energy for it. But sometimes it's good to just step back and just say, I'm gonna do nothing and recover.
Yeah, it's better to do that than force yourself forwards to the point you just can't anymore and have to wait even longer.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
don't want
like
to burn yourself out.
prolonging.
Mm.
My main goal is to do something to help children in need since college is out of the question due to money issues. I mean, there are plenty of fields you can go into that don't necessarily require college stuff. It does help for getting jobs and such, but you could also do like,
There's online training,
mhm.
that sort of thing. Yeah.
Also, I know there's like cheap college alternative that aren't like main universities and such. So you might be able to find something. I'm just trying to find secrets. I enjoy people looking for secrets. It's fun to think what they think. Fun to see what they think.
And to think what they think. Yeah, you are a psychologist, aren't you?
I do like that too. I know what a perfect command for if you wanted to shout out Zim would be Duke. I think Yif means something different, my good friends.
I'm afraid that goes over my head in all aspects. I don't get it.
Okay, to put it in simple terms, Yif is a specific kind of adult content for the furry fandom. It's another word for prawn, but
Oh.
spelt slightly different.
Um,
The word prawn spelled slightly different.
I didn't mean that word. I meant Duke. I assumed that was I assumed that one was a typo.
No, Duke is just something Zim says for. Well, I know it's like on one of his emotes. Here,
Oh, shame I'm not a secret. Oh no.
there. Okay, in my defense, when I made the like bunch of secrets, you hadn't been like on my stream once, and like since then I haven't been adding secrets. So I'll write that down to add you a secret.
You don't have to. I'm just making a joke.
No, no, you get a secret.
Oh no.
You will get a secret, Epic. This is gonna happen, and you can't stop this.
Uh,
If you want to shout me out, the command should be Rocky. Duke is also the sound the Martins can make. Ah, I see. Duking is the cute noises that ferrets and other members of the weasel family make when they are excited or in a playful mood. Cute. Well, there's Nightbot sharing his info.
Yeah, it's been doing that.
Good job, Nightbot. But yeah, now I have to think up what am I going to put for your secret. Probably something along mentioning your editing and such.
Probably a few things you could do, yeah.
What I describe Duke is like a laugh. I don't honestly know what sounds like weasels make.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on that. I don't know either.
I've never heard it before. Surprisingly, I've never heard it before. Or if I have, I don't recall. I think I have a secret message for Xerix the Shiny Hunter. Xerix's secret is just, ooh, look, a shiny. Xerix has caught 1001 shinies. It's been a while since I've seen what my secrets are, so I don't fully recall all of them.
Can you go into like the control panel and just look at them?
I can. I just don't
You're not
want
going.
to.
You're not going. Okay.
I can. I just don't feel like it. Who knows? Maybe. Hmm. Maybe once we reach affiliate, I can add a new chunk of secrets for like the followers who are here and are frequent as sort of a thank you. I really don't know what I'm gonna do once we reach the affiliate follower goal. Like, there should be some reward of some sense, but I don't know yet.
I mean, you're probably gonna stream something at some point once you get there.
Yeah. Oops, sorry, I hit my mic. Um, I don't know what I should do because, like, people have milestones, and once they reach the milestone, something happens. I never thought about what happens when I reach the milestone. Alright, Enio got 2 shiny Larvitar and eggs. Dang. Doggo chatting with brother Doggo. Who would be the brother Doggo? Enio is good Doggo, and so is Hydra. Thank you.
I guess you could always like do like an art piece or something. That might be a bit on the nose.
I mean, no, that's on brand. Doing art. That's reasonable. Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. And then I'll also combine that with new secrets. You heard that, folks? Once I reach affiliate, I'll draw a picture and then add more secrets for users who are frequent in my streams. That should be fun.
Probably more cost effective and like giving it like a free something over to everyone in the chat, like a free, I don't know, egg or something.
A free egg. Ah yes, we reach affiliate, everyone gets a free egg.
Free hard-boiled egg. Yep.
I try to be more frequent when I can. It's okay, I'm not saying like, oh, you have to be here, or you're a fake follower and such. It's like, I don't really care if you show up or you don't. If you're here, great. Glad you can make it and have a good time. But if you can't, that's reasonable. Like, this isn't a job for you or you're required to do anything. This is just entertainment that you have the option to partake in. Feels kind of wrong to be like, huh, you call yourself a supporter of the channel and you don't even watch every single VOD? Doesn't seem right in my opinion. I'm just happy that people want to show up in the first place and listen to me ramble on about nonsense.
And occasionally other people happen to be here as well.
Mm-hmm. So, as most of my guests have been, if not all of them, have been of the furry variety, you, Epic, if I'm correct, don't technically define yourself as someone who is a furry.
No, I don't really think I am, personally. But I don't think it's a technical thing. I think it just is, like, I don't think myself as it, so I'm not. Last I checked, that was how that goes, I believe.
Yeah, I just wanted to be sure I didn't mistake anything, and or perhaps maybe you changed and I didn't know.
Well, if I had changed, you'd probably be seeing a different PFP right now. Let's be fair.
I mean, maybe. It could also be the fact that, like, you don't show it at all.
If I had how long it took to get this one, it wouldn't be surprising if it took a while. But, yeah, no, not the theory. Yeah, it's cool. You guys are cool. But I don't think I'm, part of that whole collective. So it's fun interacting.
That's completely fine. I just wanted to point that fact out in case, some people, most of my guests have been furries. I didn't want them to also assume for your case, so I wanted to add that clarification for anyone.
For legal reasons, I'm not.
Yeah. It is cool to see, like, people who aren't, you don't consider yourself a furry, and yet you're completely fine with said group of people and their interests.
I think people just enjoy their interests. It's nothing wrong with that, and they do cool art, so I can enjoy that too.
Exactly. More people should have that mindset. Even if it's not for you, it doesn't mean it's inherently bad or anything. Also, on the case of your PFP, how long was it before, well, Charm approached me, but it was on your behalf. How long was it before that happened?
I can dig it up. Give me a second. I have the receipts.
I
It's here.
know. Yeah, because I don't know how long it was before you actually got a profile picture. I just know that I joined the server probably not that long before I was approached because Charm saw my art and I was just doing random art for folks at the time. And then he approached me and was like, "Hey, my moderator Epic would like a profile picture, but is too afraid to ask you directly.
Uh, 30th of December 2021.
Oh wow, it's been 2 years. Wait, no,
And the
a
bed.
year and some. Wait, hold up. Yeah, because December's at the end of the year. Yeah, so a year and some. Mm.
If you ask when I got it, oh yeah, that's when I got it. Yep.
Yeah, so you were probably one of the first few folks I've done art for.
You gave me the picture before you decided to go, oh, I'm not doing, like, humans anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I realized with you, I'm probably not the best, and I don't want to charge for it. I tried my best of yours, I really did.
I like it. It ain't not to be perfect, it's just gonna be nice, and it's nice.
Perhaps I can redraw it and try and do better.
Maybe. But there's no requirement for it. I'm quite happy with it as it is for the moment.
Again, there's no requirement for it, but I can still do it. Just
Look,
like
it's
there's no requirement for you to edit my videos, but you still do it.
I enjoy doing the editing. It's a nice hobby.
And so is art.
Mm.
Epic is Epic in games gives me Cobalt vibes with collecting stuff.
It's money. You can liquidate it into money. There's value. I want it.
I can see Epic being Cobalt. No bonk. Heyo, Wolf Mage. Yeah. I guess I'll add that to my list too of things to do.
Oh, call me a kobold.
No, not you as a kobold. Just redraw your profile picture in general.
Okay, yes, okay. Fine. Getting something cool. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Because who knows? Maybe you want a new look. Fresh things
Yeah,
up a bit.
I actually kind of do. It's just very indecisive.
Yeah, that's understandable. It's like, I want to do something new, but I'm not exactly sure what I want the new to be.
Took like a year or something last time, so.
I mean, it's fine to be consistent. Like, if you're like, oh, this is my character, I like this character, I'm gonna keep using this. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but there's no reason why I can't change.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Hydra, how are you? Heyo, I'm good. Just vibing today. No, I don't have a command. But perhaps you would if we reached the follower goal. I don't know. Can't make promises. Won't make promises that I can't keep.
Just force like 4 people to get followers and see what happens.
Yeah, for
Maybe
real.
you too can join the words. Maybe you too can join the damn it.
You got this.
You too could maybe join the cool clip.
Take
How
it
can we
slow.
phrase this? Shut up, Wolf, I'm trying. Um, this is not even worth the joke anymore. Maybe you too can join the cool club of people and things. And get a command too if you get the 4 people. I don't really push the joke.
You did good. You did good.
I didn't. I did not.
You too can join the cool kids club.
See, that's what I wanted to say, and I kept stumbling midway through.
Speaking is hard. Like when you're on stream, it's even harder because then you have the pressure of people watching you. So you mess up and you're like, uh-oh.
Oh god, tell me about it.
No, like I totally get it. For those of you who think it's like, haha, funny, he messed up, it's like, yeah, it's a good funny, but like if you were up here and you stuttered, you would just be like, oh god.
I
Like
mean,
it's a totally different experience.
I just stutter randomly, but I mean, yeah,
Hmm.
when you start it, it's very hard to stop.
Yeah, I stutter a lot and have to just go blah blah blah. Let me start again. I'm not phased when speaking on stream. Well, Enio, you're used to it. Like, you've been on Dezu's stream for, like, years now. This is still relatively new for us, all things considered. Because I don't presume you've been on many streams, correct, Epic?
On your streams, this is the first one. On other streams, a few times, I guess. Hmm. There was the Core Keeper streams. There's the streams happening currently. I think a tabletop one I didn't talk at all. I used to chat. So just those two, I guess.
Yeah, so we're still relatively new on the streaming thing. You know
It's
what?
very affectionate.
Fair. Mm-hmm. It takes exposure to get used to public speaking, or just speaking publicly.
Yeah, it's a lot different than just talking one-on-one with people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the being in front of people thing that gets to you. That's a different thing. And I know that because I've had to do like technical stuff in front of like a bunch of people for presentations like starting like 5 minutes ago because things haven't been set up or have gone wrong or something. And I'm perfectly fine in that. I am chill, there's no issue. But I walk into like a room with like 3 people I need to go talk to and like do an interview. Ugh.
It's the smaller groups that get you.
Not the smaller groups. It's the fact like it's the aspect of like I'm doing things in front of people. I'm fine with that. It's like okay, well, time to present myself. We'll talk about things and be social. And it's that's the terrifying part.
It's the casual conversation, rather than one with intention behind it.
Oh yeah, professionally it's easy. Like you go like well, it's somebody. It's just like you can, doing things is easy. Talking not so much. Because I mean, it's like how do I? Because you gotta worry about like, how do I get a good clear image of myself, put myself in a positive position. Yeah, a bunch of aspects. And it's annoying. But if I'm doing a task, I can just focus on the task and entirely ignore the people, and that's easy.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I'm not the best at just casual small talk conversation, even though some people believe I am. But it is, I guess, a lot less nerve-wracking when instead of presenting social things, it's, you know, business related or professional, or there's some work related intent behind it, so it's less emotionally attached, I guess would be the way to put it.
There's a large difference between providing a set of instructions and talking about yourself. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of talking about myself, because the whole I don't want to be egotistical, and also I don't think there's much interesting about me.
Ditto. Yay, introverts. Woo.
Yay! Introverts pretending to be extroverts.
Well, ambiverts, I guess.
Hmm. though. I will say, for me, it's very specific on the extrovert introvert thing. So it's like overall, I'd consider myself more introverted. So like for the most part, speaking with people, it's like, oh, this is draining my battery, and I just like want to get out of this situation and go back to being alone. But there are some few people where it's like I'm talking to them and it's like it's pleasant. I don't feel like I'm getting drained talking to this person. And in fact, it's quite the opposite. It's
Yeah,
enjoyable.
exactly. Yeah.
It's a lot rarer to find those people, but when you do, it's nice.
Yeah, everyone likes talking to people. It's just not everyone likes talking to every person.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a good way to put it. BRB parents need me for something. Okay, Ennio. That is me sometimes when I can't talk. Yeah. I've tried many things when it comes to just, I don't know, presenting in public. I've tried, being on a stage and singing in front of folks, and it was terrifying, and afterwards, I sort of felt like garbage. Not because I sung terribly, like I was getting complimented left and right, and I was like, oh, thank you. But what made me feel terrible was the fact that I didn't feel anything from the compliments. Like, it wasn't, oh, I did a good job, I feel proud of myself. Like, I didn't get that feeling, which made me feel sad because I didn't get that feeling. Like, I should
You
be
didn't get
happy, but I didn't.
you didn't get your dopamine fix. No.
Yeah. So instead, it made me upset. Are you streaming Place of Charm today, Hydra? Not that I know of. My streams are before Charms, like they end right when Charms start. Or theoretically should start.
Yeah, it's a good watch is out of time. It's a good like hour and a half, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love DST. Everyone loves DST. I love setting my clocks forwards an hour and then forgetting to do it.
Yeah, it's essentially an hour and a half. Yeah, my streams are always before Charms. Like I start for my time it's 1:30 to 4. Because that gives me a pretty decent size stream that isn't too long, but isn't too short.
Yep, something you can do without exhausting yourself after like 6 to 10 hours of doing a thing.
Yeah,
People do that so long.
I
Christ.
don't understand. It's insane. Like, I guess some people just have that extroverted energy where they can just sort of stream for hours on end, talk socially, and be happy, excited for the whole, like, 8 hour stream they do. And I'm just like, by the time I'm done with this, what, like, 2.5 hour stream around that time, I'm like, boy, I just want to do nothing. Talking with folks and being social, man, that's draining.
Mm.
I will say, having someone here with me, though, does make it a lot better. Speaking with someone just back and forth does help with that. So, I should consider bringing people on more often. I just always forget to set up stream stuff till last minute, so I always feel bad messaging people like, hey, last minute thing. Want to join stream that's in a minute?
I mean, all I had to do was like grab a drink and I'm good to go.
Yeah, but it does feel like I'm putting you on the spot where it's like you have to say yes.
Well, let me just check my schedule quickly. Yeah, I got nothing today. So I think I can fit you in. Yeah. I might have to push back the nothing I was gonna do at like 8 to like maybe later, but I can fit you in. Yeah.
It does help though that a lot of the folks either in the chat or just my friends in general are very eager to hop on stream with me in chat, which is nice. I was actually quite surprised you agreed.
I feel that the application above, I know my application before was mostly full of like info hazards, but I felt like the application I didn't want to come on,
Fair,
despite the fact.
fair.
Not apologizing.
Back, just ordered takeout for my mom's birthday. Well, happy birthday to her. It's not like there are people in the same room. Hey Hydra, do you have Divinity Origin Sin 2? No, I do not. What can I say? I like having people react positively when I talk. And because I react positively, you're like, I want to be on that stream. I like bringing folks on and talking with them. It's a lot of fun.
Talking in general is a lot of fun.
Hmm.
Tiring sometimes. Not everyone's great at it, but I mean it's fun still, nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I mean, if you're being a psychologist or therapist or whatever, I mean, it's just you're gonna be doing this a fair bit.
Yeah, that's true. So, this is sort of good practice. Though slightly different. It has been snowing a whole lot constantly. I miss the snow. Snow was fun. But now I'm like down here in Florida where snow is forbidden.
I would have thought like snow would be forbidden in March in like southern England, but I mean, it was still snowing like in the first half of March here, so I don't even know anymore.
Weather's weird.
What is weather? I don't think the weather knows what it wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it wants to be rain or snow, who knows?
Not so chat responds to everything I say. Still keeping the egotistical persona, I see.
One thing I gotta say though, it's a lot harder to actually come up with jokes when you're standing in front of the crowd on the stage, rather than just being in the back of the crowd sort of making jokes there.
Mm-hmm.
I
Cause with...
try and it's just,
Go ahead.
and it's like it's not like I'm not trying to make jokes. It's just like I have to keep track of more things. But being like in the crowd, you don't have to pay as much attention to what's going on. You just need to find a good, opportunity, use it, develop it, and throw it out there, and ooh, you're done. There's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Or a few jokes if you're particularly good at it.
Yeah, being able to come up with jokes on the spot while you the attention on you is definitely a skill that you need to like develop. It's
Oh yeah,
easier to
no,
say from the sidelines, like, oh, here's something that would be funny, without having any eyes directed on you while you're coming up with the joke.
yeah, pressure is it's a fun thing. And man, do I not do well with social pressure. Which is funny from a guy who likes to make jokes.
Yeah, that's fair. But you don't have to feel pressured here. Like this is a very casual thing. No one here is really a heckler. Maybe Neo, but even then, it's kind of a joking heckle. And like, I'm not expecting anything from you that, because this is my stream. I shouldn't expect the person who's coming on to like carry the show or anything.
No, it's your job.
Yeah, a job that I do okay at.
You're at least adequate, and at the most, pretty decent. I'd say, yeah.
See, I may be a bit laid back and chill, but at least I'm not like monotone and kind of uninteresting. Or at least I think I'm interesting.
I think you're interesting.
Thanks. I like to have some sort of fun with folks. Oh, this is not the egotistical persona talking. I just really enjoy being on this stream since it means people are listening to me and actually want to listen to me. You
So
like having an audience.
Enio's a socialite, okay.
See,
Extrovert.
yes, he is the extrovert. Why don't you just stream yourself then? Have you considered that? You jump on plenty of other streams, why not just stream yourself?
To be fair, it's a lot of work, I assume. Planning,
Uh,
that,
it, it depends how much effort you put into it. Because if you're just gonna go for a basic just chatting stream, all you really need is like an icon, a basic. There's even prefabs already made on Streamlabs, so you could really just download a prefab and then roll with that. It's just the extra stuff that really takes time, and because I'm me, I did a bunch of extra stuff, so it took a long time.
I mean, you don't even need the extra stuff. You could just just throw on like a game or something and chat over that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no right way of doing it. There's wrong ways of doing it, but there's no right way of doing it. Just do what goes well with you, I guess.
Yeah. I wish for the snow to stop, but snow is great. But
I like snow.
yeah, me too. I can see it being inconvenient though, but for the most part, I enjoy it. It's been a relaxing day after the stressful week of work. Well, that's good.
I had like a stressful month of work. Oh, got busy.
Oof.
Yeah, it was busy for the quiet place. I can only imagine what it was like in the more busier location that I was at last year.
Ooh.
Oh God. But no, it's not fun to be busy. It's nice to relax and have time to chill and procrastinate repeatedly. I might have procrastination issues, but at least I know how to leverage them in my benefit.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay to procrastinate sometimes, as long as it's not um, procrastination that negatively affects you.
Like you can't procrastinate and work. I've got it down to well, I won't say exact science, but a rough science.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
good
pretty
enough.
well. Yeah.
You hear that, Epic? We expect nothing from you. Thanks, Neo.
Me too.
I'm laid back and chilled most of the time as well. I'm not very high energy. I'm going to lurk while I play Dark Souls 3 Convergence mod. Have fun. I'm gonna let my phone charge, so see ya, Hydra. Later, Rocky. I'm an online socialite, not IRL, and I don't want to get the equipment together. It's easier to piggyback off others and help them with their streams by offering something to bounce off convo-wise.
Yeah, I feel like it's a common sentiment nowadays. Like most people are very more social online than they are like physically.
Hmm. You know how easy it is to like type in like a Discord chat and be all confident, and then it comes to the time where you have to make an important phone call, and you're like, I don't want to talk to people over the phone.
I don't want to go down to the store and talk to the cashier. Order.
I'll just order it online. You know,
Yeah,
it's
but
becoming more. Go on.
you do miss out. Yeah, you do miss out a bit if you're not going and talking to people like in real life. Online's like it's easier, it's fun. You can do a lot of things you can't do in real life, but there's always something missing. You know?
Yeah, obviously, it wouldn't be able to fully replicate the being in person talking with someone.
You can't go like have a bite to eat with someone online. You can't like watch them. Well, I guess you can watch a movie online with someone, but you can't do a lot of things online that you can do in real life that are fun to do.
Hmm.
It's this is that little bit of how do you even define it?
Human interaction,
Oh yeah,
physical
though
connection.
I guess that one would be the best. it's perfectly it's perfectly doable to be entirely immensely social online and feel quite lonely, honestly,
Hmm.
because you're just not getting that real life interaction. Mm.
I feel like that's a lot of the case that's sort of arising in our current generations that's arising and such is they're growing up with the internet, and they're growing up in a time where the internet is at a place that is pretty advanced and allows you to basically, connect with people across the world and such. So people are being a lot more social on there, but it also diminishes their physical social abilities, which leaves them like, oh, I know how to talk to people when I can type. I have plenty of time to think up a response. I can edit what I say. I can be goofy without, you know, the physical repercussions, like someone looking at me weird, or, you know, that awkward silence. Like, you don't have those physical feedbacks when you're online. So when you do stuff in person, it's a lot more difficult for people to be that social, outgoing self.
Online, you have the anonymity, you have the ability to undo things, edit things, yeah. In real life, though, you have the one shot, and that's it, and that's a lot of stress for people who aren't used to it.
Hmm.
Mm.
Online essentially gives them the chance to control a lot more aspects, so the physical world can be a bit more scary when you don't have that control.
Yeah. Online, if you utterly, like, somehow brutalize your online persona into who knows what, you can just make a new one. You can't make a new you in real life as easily.
Hmm.
You don't just set up a new email and live a new life.
I mean, there are those people who fake their deaths and start a new life, so if you want to go
Legally,
that
uh,
extreme.
legally, you can't do that in real life.
Legally. The curse of wanting tons of attention but being too self-conscious and self-aware to go out and do something on my own to get said attention. Relatable.
I think most people can relate to the second half of that, yeah.
Hmm. I don't know what type of person I would say I am. I wouldn't either, because I don't know you well enough. I'm definitely a lot more extroverted nowadays, though provided I'm willing to try, which my mind doesn't like doing. Yeah. See, I'm fine in conversations. Like, I can, have a long conversation with a friend, have a good time. It's just a matter of starting it. That's always the issue. Like, I never know how to start conversations.
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm terrible at starting conversations. It's just gotta be with the right people, in the right environment, and I kind of I'll blurt out something to say, I guess. But I'm not good at like making a long conversation. It's just like general old sort of faff. I'll just come up because I'm been idle too long and I can't idle at all.
Yeah, me, I'm the opposite.
Yes, you're a major workaholic.
I am a workaholic at times, and yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. I'm a workaholic, and I should probably get better at that.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's just a thing you need to leverage in your favor, like me and my procrastination problems.
Mhm.
You
Well,
know, they're not really a problem. They're only a problem if you let them be a problem.
mhm. When it comes to the workaholic thing, it's either I'm in crunch time and I am just getting shit done left and right like there's no business, or it's I don't feel like doing anything. It's usually one or the other, which
Honestly,
is
same, but I have a bit of a tilt towards the procrastination part of things and just kind of not doing much of anything for a couple of hours, unless there's pressure, and then I'm more on the other side.
mhm. It's like bursts of wanting to do and being productive.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I'm not
base
lazy by any means. It's just I tend to try and make use of my time effectively but at least we have a lot of free time as a result.
Yeah, I
I just
totally agree, and I get
can't
that.
put anywhere. It's like, oh, I have all this time to do things in. Uh, that's about that, really.
It's being self-aware to be like, I should be doing something, but also not having the motivation to do something.
There you go. Yeah, I have a list of things I could be doing. I like to keep track. It doesn't get filled very much
Mhm.
for various reasons.
Yeah, I can definitely relate with that. I basically have to combat thoughts of, am I being too self-centered by posting this art of mine and talking about it every time I post art? And being so self-aware of, I should be doing this. Why am I not doing this? Oh no, I'm too busy thinking about why I'm not doing it to actually do it.
Uh,
Sometimes I wonder if it's better or worse to be self-aware, because, like, there are people who are, like, completely oblivious and they don't understand, and it's like, okay, I could point out the problem for you and help you. But if you're self-aware and you know the problem and you still can't fix it, what do you do then?
I'd say ignorance is bliss, but knowledge is safer.
Hmm.
Both have their benefits.
Yeah.
If you're self-aware, you're less likely to go stepping on people's toes or stumbling into something that you might not want to. But you'll be so concerned about all the little things and all the concerns that you might not take proper stock of things at the time to enjoy them.
Hmm.
On the flip side, if you know, there's a concern about your concerns, sure, you'll be able to just throw yourself into anything and enjoy a hell of a lot out of it. But at the same time, you can risk making yourself come off as a bit of an ass, or doing some sort of faux pas, or just blurting out something you weren't supposed to. A lot of things. I
Yeah.
don't think it's a right way or a wrong way to. Oops, I just dropped that. I don't think it's a right way or a wrong way to do something, but well, I suppose there is a right way of doing things, but there's never like a singular right way of doing things. So I guess this is a matter of like a balance, I suppose, and finding that balance that works out for you. For you,
Yeah. I get what you mean. I do think the mindset of ignorance is bliss and knowledge is power. They're both valid in their own ways, because someone who isn't very, well versed in things, they can go about their day, peaceful, fine, not worrying about it because they have no idea. But at the same time, that can be detrimental. On the flip side, if you do know about things, it can make you cynical in a sense sometimes and change your perspective and interactions with things so they're less enjoyable. But at the same time, you'd be better off in most cases, anyway.
hmm.
All right, was gonna ask, how was your spring break last week, Hydra? Spring break was pretty good. Uh, I had session 0 that week, so it was pretty nice. It went a lot better than I thought it would. I have the mindset of I plan that it's gonna go horribly wrong and everything's gonna catch on fire, and it didn't, so it was a success.
Plan for the worst, hope for the best.
Mm, yeah, so that was great. It was unfortunate that Poker Roll also didn't happen that week because that would have been like a double whammy. That was great, but it is what it is. The rest of the week, I don't believe too much notable happened. But overall, it was just a pretty good chill time. Nice to take a break from the grind of classes the previous week.
I don't think the UK is. No, the UK definitely hasn't hit their Easter holiday yet. Is that next week or the week after? Hmm.
I don't believe
That's
we
kind of
had Easter holiday. it was just spring break. Unless you call spring break Easter holiday.
Well, I mean, Easter happens during it, so I assume it'd be a holiday.
Yeah, me and Fox were having fun messing with each other. Yeah, you guys, it seemed like everyone was having a pretty good time, which I'm glad about. It was nice seeing you guys sort of fumble about and tell jokes and such. It was also interesting to see how each of you are very different players, and I look forward to it. Like, Ungolf, when I was going over the rules, Ungolf was the one mainly asking questions and being like, okay, so what about this and this and this? And I'm like, thank you for asking these questions before we started. So that was nice. It was also interesting to see whenever I explained something he didn't expect, he got very surprised. uh,
It's like the opposite of me. I ask questions during procedures in games. Not necessarily after the whoever's running them's annoyance.
I mean, it's
If
fine
you're
to ask
hearing this,
questions.
sorry.
Plus, it was session 0, so the main point was, let's figure everything out. Ask the questions, go over the rules. Obviously, there's gonna be, more questions later on, like, how does this work again, or could you remind me this? Which is why I was smart enough to make my own rulebook manual for the table that highlights the key rules that are probably forgettable.
That's generally smart, yeah.
Because there's like the main core book, and then I just made my own book that's a lot smaller, like it's 5 pages, I think, and one of them's the title page.
You made an FAQ book, basically.
Which I think is very helpful for the team.
Hasn't been used much yet.
Yeah, but this tomorrow actually is going to be session 1.
Fun.
Yeah, I have it planned out. We'll see how far we get. I planned a decent amount, but I don't know how far we will get. But yeah, after session 1, we'll see where things go from there.
I'd love to be a part of something like that, but if it's happening on Monday and I don't. It was early on, I'd be like working at the time, so I'd have no chance of being a part of it. But yeah, if I could be a part of it, that'd be fun.
Dang. Unfortunate. It would have been neat to have you on. I think you would enjoy it.
I'm so surprised it's starting. Like it was starting really early, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, well, the time changed a bit, so now for my time it starts at 9:30.
Which is 5 hours later for me, I think. So that's like 2:30. I'd still be at work. Ah, a shame.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm content with the 4 players I have now. I did offer you because I feel like you would be a reasonable player that I don't have to put, you know, extreme amounts of stress and worrying about you getting along with others. Which is why I offered you from the start. But like when it comes to like a 5th player, I'm gonna be very particular and picky about the 5th player.
The chance of me breaking someone else's neck is low. It's not 0, but it's pretty low.
Yeah. I have a unique playstyle already. You do. Can't exactly explain it in words, but you do. Most I can think was me being overly focused on ensuring Q acted how I imagine he responded to stuff rather than just going, I whack Fox because screw Lucifer. Yeah, like that is sort of your playstyle, is you playing in the mindset of your character. So, I can always count on that.
It's a role-playing game, so it's kind of what you'd expect to do.
Yeah, it was more of a combat thing, though, and this was session 0, so there wasn't anything given about the characters really.
Ah.
So yeah, think now that daylight saving time kicked in, it's 3 p.m. for me. It was 2 p.m. last time, if I recall. Yeah, still a pretty decent time, I think. I want to do the Q voice as much as possible. I mean, you can always practice on your own. Nothing wrong with that. Now I get to finally see the other side of being in a like tabletop game. Instead of the player, I'm going to be the dungeon master.
You get to figure out what car goes through. I believe
Yeah.
that they are the DM, aren't they? Or game master, or GM, or whatever you want to call it. The other game engine, and you go, and the rest of you are like the controllers, and now you're the game engine, and everyone else is the people pushing the buttons.
Yeah.
But yourself, not your buttons, because that'd be bothersome.
So far, the first thing I've noticed is, as a game master, one thing that really, you have to deal with is I have all these cool ideas and plans for the future, but I have to wait. Like, I have all this
Yeah,
mapped up and ready to go, but I have to wait.
yeah, and you might have to figure out what ones you can do, what ones you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't do everything. You want to do everything, but you can't do everything.
Mm-hmm. It's just too much, too unreasonable. It's why I have a lot of my plans being vague, so that way they can be weaved in pretty well.
Oh yeah, never have anything too concrete. You want a little bit of adaptability to it. A
Mm-hmm.
bit of what's the word?
Flexibility.
Yes and no. You want to be able to sort of act it out with a bit of
Improv?
there you go, that's the word.
Improvise, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is very important.
I hate getting blanks like that, that's so annoying.
Oh, trust me, it happens all the time. And the thing is, I learned from my language psychology class that if you try to remember it, you won't get it. You need to stop remembering it in order to remember it.
Yeah, I try and like figure out what the word was by like figuring out similar words. And it doesn't work.
Nope, that actually makes it harder for you to remember. Because essentially what happens is your brain's remembering sort of wrong aspects of it, and so you're relating it to something that it isn't related to. So you have to stop trying to remember it and then re-remember it. It's like going down the wrong path and then trying to figure out from the next sort of paths which one's right.
It's like going it down the wrong path, and instead of going back the way you came and trying again, you just ramming your head straight first into a wall
Hmm.
repeatedly. This doesn't work. It just kind of gives yourself a headache.
I'm just trying to maintain for the entire session now. Yeah, maintaining a voice can be difficult, especially if it's a voice that can be straining. So, it does take practice. I'm looking forward to seeing what you have planned for intros since we're starting as humans. Yeah, in this campaign, starting as humans, and you know this, it's not typical for a PMD style game. So I think it'll be pretty unique.
I
It's
wish I
a
could do voice.
concept I'm fond of.
I wish I could do voices. The wide range of voices I have is me, myself, a bit of me, and occasionally a bit of a funny voice I can maybe do for a few seconds. And that's the largest category, but it's got the lowest amount of depth.
Hmm. I'm pretty good at voices, I like to think. Also, hey Omero. Uh,
Never had much practice. So,
mhm.
yeah.
Yes, the biggest issue of being a GM, uh, waiting, because you can't really start without an end goal in mind.
And names, probably. But like that's kind of like the bane of everyone, like coming
Oh
up with a
god,
name.
I hate naming things. I'm gonna have to come up with so many names for useless NPCs. But maybe not, because it's also PMD, so a lot of the time Pokemon just go by their Pokemon name, which helps.
God, I hope the players ask every NPC what their name is. It's gonna be so funny.
It's like, oh, who's this? This is Pikachu. Okay, what about this Pikachu? That's also Pikachu. You know the difference between them. You don't know why you know, but you do. The most
I
important.
want to give a, I want to give this berry to Pikachu. Which one? You know the difference.
The most important skill of a DM, acting as if you planned something to go how it went. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I totally knew this how this was gonna go.
I totally expect you to jump out the window and light the building on fire of the important NPC. It's totally planned.
I mean, with my group of players, that is to be expected.
You have very high hopes for the morality, I see.
No, no, no. My guess is there's going to be lots of chaos. They seem like they'll be the chaotic group. The Q voice won't be straining, it's just remembering to maintain the accent. That'll be an issue. Yeah, because you do tend to lean into wrong accents sometimes. Do you think you can record it and put it on YouTube? I will not be recording it and putting it on YouTube. I've decided I'm not going to. One, because it's a hassle to do. Like recording it, I would have to edit the video, upload it. That's a lot of work on its own, and I wouldn't mind that. But also because some of the players, they're not fully sold on the idea of putting it on YouTube and rather just be casual thing with fun, friends. Sorry. So yeah,
I
I'm
catch a word
just
of
not.
that, I got interrupted. Sorry about that.
Hmm?
I had to get pulled away for a second. I didn't hear a single word you just said.
Uh,
Something about editing?
Wolf asked if I was going to put the campaign on YouTube, and then the answer was that no, I will not, for various reasons.
I don't know to be happy or sad about that. I mean, I'm happy because that would have been a lot of work, but I'm sad because that would have, maybe
Yeah.
been fun. But oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone wants their weird gameplay decisions to be memorized and idolized and written on the internet stone. So,
Mm-hmm. I mean, perhaps instead of sharing the campaign, what I can do is, if anyone is familiar with Dingo Doodles, they essentially they tell stories about their D&D game. Like they summarize it in like an animated style video. So instead of showing the actual campaign, I could do something like that.
carve out the details, just leave the proper good old meat of the whole
Yeah, like I'll
adventure.
leave the players out of it. I'll record a separate video of me just like voicing stuff, and then maybe you can help me with making like an edited video of like, getting basic Pokemon PNGs and moving them around, that kind of
Really?
style.
That'd be more advanced than what we've been doing currently, and that'd be fun, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
down for that, maybe.
Yeah, essentially just make summaries of every session. That'll be fun. But,
As long as I'm not editing like 50 hours of footage into like a
oh
30
no,
minute
no,
video.
this will be essentially me recapping story. So it'll be like,
Yeah, no, that's so much more tolerable.
yeah, it'll be like, okay, so this is what happened in the intro, and this is, part one of however long we go. And it's not like I would make one for every session. It would be like, okay, here's an arc that we got up to, and then we'll make videos till that arc, you know?
Hmm.
And we'll keep them relatively short.
Yeah, that's doable. That'd be fun.
Me and Fox together always guarantees chaos. Yeah, I can see it very much. Ungolf isn't comfortable with it being recorded yet. That and also Dezu suggested, like, it's a hassle, so probably not the best. The results of each session will be the convo topic of that week's Doggo discussion. Probably. Well, or at least lightly touched on. I'd be fine with helping with those too, at least the voicing and recalling info. I'm pretty much the session summary guy after all. That is true, that would be very helpful. Like, if you guys were okay with, like, voice acting, like, that would be helpful. Because essentially I can take your character pictures that I have and just, instead of, editing them fully, animating them fully, I can just do, like, the simple thing where I'm, like, moving them around the screen. That sort of simple animation style.
And by you mean me.
This will be the group effort thing, because one, I have to make all the art for everything, and also I'm gonna have to, like, storyboard it for you. So you know what's going on.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm not gonna just go into this blind. It's gonna be a pain. If I go into this at all, of course. Nothing concrete yet, at least.
These are just ideas.
Just loose ideas. Nothing guaranteed. Don't get your hopes up too high. Or at all. Please.
Yes.
Overhype kills things for people. Everyone knows it. Or should know it, hopefully.
Well, time to get back to work. Enjoy the rest of your stream, guys. Bye, Meryl. Talk to you later. But yeah. I think that's a decent compromise. Like, again, if you want a proper example of what I mean, look at Dingo Doodles. But it would be less animated even than the way she does it. Because she actually does, actual animation and such. Or, like, more frames of animation than I intend. For me, it'd be more like Jello Apocalypse style.
It's gonna be... Yeah, you're not gonna find, like, training or other animation buzzwords. I'm not somebody to go to for terminology. I do not do terminology. I might be I'm an encyclopedia. I'm not a dictionary.
Yeah. Essentially, it would be the equivalent of, like... Hold up. Essentially, imagine this, but just, like, moved across the screen in this kind of motion. Something along those lines for quote-unquote animation.
Wow, look at the cool animation. That's great.
Just still PNGs, but moving them around. And perhaps I'll make more art of different poses or facial expressions. Or I won't, and it'll just be very simplistic. It depends how I feel.
You also do GIFs. But, yeah.
And maybe if it is interesting enough, I can get other friends to do voice acting. Man, this is really reminding me of Epithet Erased now. It seems like a fun project. The more I talk about it, the more interested I am in it.
Yeah, don't make sure you don't force your own hype too much, though. There's a lot of stuff you need to think about on that.
Yeah. It would definitely be a while before I even get, like, one video out, just because, one, it needs to have enough content for me to summarize, and also, because of how, things work, a lot of the time D&D, or tabletop games, is you spend a lot of time doing nonsense and filler, and when you go to summarize it, it's like you take out all that filler, and it's like, what did you actually do this session? Nothing.
Welcome to the shopping episode! Here's what we bought, here's what we sold, there we go.
And then, in the summary version, it's like, and then we went shopping for a day, and then the following day. Like, that's all it is you say you went shopping for a day, and that summarized a whole session. So yeah, it would definitely need a bit more content before even making one video. Hooray, more opportunities to voice act. Voice acting's fun, and giving people opportunities to voice act would be fun. Imagine I'm just like, hey, I need voice actors, who would be interested? And then, like, just pick out any random person. And if they become a recurring character, then, yeah, I'd bring them back on and such. I would hope that the players, at least, would be willing to do voice acting, though I'm not going to require them to if they don't feel comfortable and such. Would be nice, but at the same time, you know, not necessary.
It'd be fun to animate It'd be fun to animate the bloopers too. Hopefully.
We can keep bloopers. Like, essentially it'll be someone saying a take maybe a couple times over, and then we pick out the best one, and then the ones that are complete fails, we can, you know, clip those and save those for later and make like a compilation.
With consent, of course. I'm not gonna do it if no one wants it.
I just imagine. And then we went shopping for a day, being animated as everyone dragging Lucifer away from a burning shop. Makes sense. I like the art you did, Hydra. Thank you.
We went shopping and got a massive fire sale.
Bloopers include me cussing profusely as Q. Yeah, lots of fun future plans and ideas. And who knows, maybe things will change and you can join us, Epic.
Ah, yes, the midway through person. Maybe.
I mean, that's
later.
not that unreasonable.
You'd probably have to do some movement around, or moving it later. And even then, it's still not gonna be any guarantees, because stuff would get in the way.
Oh, I can integrate you into a story as if it was destined to happen, okay? Don't underestimate my storytelling abilities, my good sir.
Oh no, I don't think it'd be too hard to originate, because it's just shove me in there somehow with a character of some degree. It's more like how are we going to get the times to match up due to, you know, time zones and employment.
Yeah. I mean, there's always a chance that we have to change times because, you know, just life happens sometimes. So, in the event that a random thing happens and it's like, oh, we have to change times, then maybe we could see like, oh, hey, does this time line up with you now? Or perhaps maybe your work time changes and it's like, oh, now I'm available.
It's a 9 to 5. It's not gonna change.
It was just a hypothetical.
Oh no, it's a hypothetical and it's a fun thought. No guarantee on it, but it's a fun thought. Never say never.
Indeed. Or me doing the brothers and sisters are neutral enemies joke from The Simpsons. Sure, Hydra, you're a master storyteller. Ennio, you haven't seen anything yet, okay? So don't... You have no room to judge yet. You can judge me afterwards, but not yet.
It's session 0, you haven't seen much of anything at all.
You just know the rules. And, you know, the basic combat, because you all fought each other, which was funny.
Fight each other?
Yeah, in session 0, I had them do a battle royale as testing combat.
Ah. Fun.
Yeah. Essentially, first go around, they had them fight basically a test dummy just so they get used to it. Second round, after they beat the test dummy to a pulp, I had them all fight each other. And the winner was Meryl. Because no one attacked him. They were too busy attacking each other.
No DM favor here at all.
I
No.
had nothing to do with it at all. It was the players fighting. I didn't have a NPC fighting at all. It was all them.
I'm just pulling your leg.
Glad about the outcome. But Q did dodge so epic. He passed out after. Oh yeah. Q, the way he went out is he did a dodge that basically knocked him out. Because he exhausted all of his energy dodging.
Oh yes, amazing.
So imagine dodging and throwing yourself like a rag doll.
Gmod basically.
Mm-hmm. I like to
So
see
they
how
did
you
like
do your
they
stories.
did a
Thanks.
barrel roll and then just bonked their head on the floor too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Q got third. I don't remember who got what place. I just know that Meryl won. Q, he knocked himself out. Um, I don't remember how Lucifer or Edict died. I know Edict was second. I can't remember who, if it was Q or Lucifer who went down first. Epic and dramatic dodge, soon followed by flop to the floor. Lucifer was last because we all focused on him. Q was third and Edict was second. That's what it was.
No, Fox. That is Fox, right?
Lucifer is Fox, Q is Neo, Edict is Ungolf, and then Sheldon is Meryl.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. It was funny because at the start everyone was basically ganging up on Q. We can already see how this campaign was going. All I managed to do was howl because all my attacks got dodged.
So you basically failed to hit everything and then just screamed about it.
And then knocked himself out. He attacked, he missed, and then he screamed, and then he attacked, he missed, and then just knocked himself out because he's like, I'm done. Well, that's just how it goes sometimes. I'm curious to see how their personalities play off each other when they're actually in character, rather than just combat-wise. Also can't wait to show off the mechanic that I have in mind. But it will need some work. After the first session, I will need to speak with every player individually about some stuff.
That'll be a final time, I'm sure.
Agreed. I doubt Q will be popular since he'll be all formal and such.
I mean, you say that, but there's people for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Who knows? Maybe you guys will hit it off. Not, you don't know why, but you just really like this one person in your group. It's like you shouldn't be friends by any means, but you would like die for each other. I'm also curious to see how the group dynamic evolves. Like, who will take up if there is a leader position.
Something how chaotic you said it might be. Maybe just no leader.
I'm thinking there might just not be a leader. It honestly, it depends on Ungolf, I'd say, because he's the most wild card. Just because I don't know his playstyle the best. The others, they're sort of more obvious. Fox is more just chaotic energy. Enio is more reserved in the like cold way. And then Meryl, I can see him being very much coasting and just going with the flow. I try getting along with Sheldon since we're classmates, but that's it maybe. Q would try to take on a leader role if no one else will, mostly to ensure everyone's okay. But that's the thing, you may try to take on a leader role, but it's a matter of will the others respect or listen to you? That is the real question. Which is why I say it really depends on Ungolf, because I feel like he will set the tone of if people will listen and respect you.
They're gonna be like one of those situations like, don't touch the thing, and they touch the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You told them to not touch the thing.
Or like Q thinks he's the leader, but no one else thinks he's the leader.
You finished your art piece recently, didn't you? Last week or week before? One of
What
the
art
two.
piece?
All the streamers and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that I finished it in the last stream.
Neat. Any plans on what comes next?
As for drawings, I'm not sure. Usually I like to do commissions on the streams, but without any commissions, I'm not sure what I'm gonna draw. Who knows, maybe I'll draw your thing on stream.
Oh no, my face. My beautiful non-visible face. Oh, I'm gonna be so oh, the fuck, there goes the word again. Self-conscious.
No need to be, it's fine.
You see me?
I'm looking at you right now, like I can see your picture with your mask.
In case in point.
Can you see me? Yes, I can. Then that's the issue.
Stop being mean.
Do not perceive me. Q tries to take on leader role. No one listens, and Q goes, "Are you stupid? This is the best course of action." Big shot. Big shock, he might not be popular. Like Tucker, how is in campaign Hydra? Heh? Like how Tucker is in the campaign? What do you mean how Tucker is? I don't think Tucker tried to be in a leader position. Charum probably tried to be in a leader position, but Tucker didn't. There's a difference. Because Charum does have the tendency to have main character syndrome. No offense.
He is certainly the person who likes to have control of things.
Mm-hmm.
Which, given how things are, I don't blame him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, laid back in the campaign. Ah. I don't think Tucker would be described as laid back. He seems pretty involved a lot of the time. I think the closest person to laid back would be Ralph. But even that's, eh.
Get to be wonderfully under the loop here, because I have not kept up with things.
Right. Tucker is Charum's character. Ralph is
I know,
Tucker's.
I'm a little bit count up.
Okay.
I know Tucker's charm. Uh, and that's about it, I guess.
Okay. Ralph, the now Snorlax, is played by Tubby.
Yeah.
Brooke, the Crocodile, is played by Kairio.
Uh-huh.
And oh, I guess Riley, the Riolu, no longer technically playing. That was Aragon.
Yeah.
And
I,
then
I, I do I do it with them, but I didn't bring them up because they're not there anymore. They're
yeah,
gone.
fair enough. And then
And
me,
then
I'm
there's
playing
you
Rida.
playing Vita. Yeah.
You probably know more about Rida than you do the others, just because I've talked about them.
Maybe.
Maybe not all of the others, but some.
I mean, I'm always on the stream, so I've probably missed a fair bit.
There.
I know you're like, Pokemon names. Oh, why does Pokemon have so many names? There's so many of these things. I know Vita's whatever the thing is. I think.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not the terms guy. You go to someone else if you want like terms or things. Names are hard.
Do you want me to tell you the name?
Please.
The Pokemon is Curlia.
Even close. But I know that. I know that well the cold calculating type,
Hmm.
not the sociable type. Uh, very literal type, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the long and short of it, I think, what I know.
And to be fair, that's a lot. That's most of what people know, because Rida doesn't share much. I've been keeping them very much a mystery. And another sort of key thing is they sometimes, or when they originally met up with the group, they referred to Brooke as Mistress, even though Brooke is technically a guy.
I'm gonna hold it left on that. That's actually hilarious.
And the reasoning of which has still not been explained yet.
Did he look like a girl at the time?
Brooke looks like a crocodile, a just a crocodile. I suppose if you would be able to tell male and female apart.
I don't know, maybe they were wearing a dress when they first met, I don't know.
But yeah, that's pretty much about what was revealed with Rida. I think the only other signature thing about them is they have this orb that they use to fight with.
Magic orb. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they also use it to like spy on people.
Yeah, no, that's not concerning at all.
Mm-hmm. Most typically, they spy on Team Cheer.
Ain't that the team they're in?
Mm-hmm. Now they are, but before they weren't when they were spying.
Yeah, ain't creepy at all.
Yeah. It's funny how the team hasn't really brought that up much. Like, hey, you were watching us for a while. What's up with that?
Oh, they're doing the thing where they don't ask questions and they're just sort of like, oh, okay, I guess we'll go on with it.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, of course.
Oh, I think another notable thing is, not relatively recently. When I say relative, I mean like a few episodes ago. There was an instance in which huge lore was dropped, and essentially it broke Rida in a sense or in a way, and it made them smile.
Like the, oh, it's a really cheerful smile, like the, oh god, you've never smiled in your life, you're doing it wrong, it looks horrific, please stop kind of smile.
It's the smile of someone who you've never seen smile before, and it's scary. Like, Oh,
The
they're
latter then.
smiling.
The latter then. Okay.
It's not like a scary smile, like it's just, oh, they're smiling, but it's scary that they are smiling. Because, they've never been seen to show emotion before, and they're smiling.
It's either very good, very bad, or some mixture of the two.
It is yet to be determined, or at least shown. But yeah,
Did
I have
anyone
plans.
did anyone inquire? Were there any questions asked?
No, they were confused and maybe partially concerned, but no one asked about the smiling.
Yeah, when I watch campaigns and people don't ask questions, a little bit me dies inside. Because there's answers you could be getting, but you're just not looking.
Why ask? Like, go with the flow. I mean, you could probably send Epic the image I drew of Ride a Smile for reference. Oh, you mean the eerie smile with the JoJo marks or whatever?
It can't be that bad.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna find it and send it to you. And you can see the eerie smile that is being referenced. It shouldn't be that hard to find. Like, it's not the furthest away. It's funny, because, like, only Ennio has drawn fan art of Raida, I'm pretty sure. Or, he's, like, the main one who I can recall. If someone else did, it might have been, like, one other person.
Maybe there's secret fan art you haven't seen.
I would love
Who
more
knows?
fan art, though. I'm always a big fan of fan art. So, there's the smile.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. Yep. Mm. Where's the undo button? I know you posted. Where's the undo button for B?
So yeah, that I like to think that's canon. That's the sort of smile they gave.
That's a smile of like, oh, I've laced your coffee with like the spiciest hot sauce I could find. It's a smile you do when someone you really dislike is walking into a very bad situation and they know nothing of it. And you could stop them, but you haven't stopped them. You're just watching from the sidelines, enjoying every second of what's about to happen. That's the smile.
Yeah, it is very much a very unsettling smile. That just reminded me of Violetta Cadaverini from Ace Attorney. Unsettling girl with head injury. Oh. Oh yeah, Raida does have head injury. I forgot to mention that. Like, if you
Oh, they
look
got a
at
cut.
one of their horns, it's cracked.
Ah, concussion.
Which pretty much explains, in some sense, why they are, like, emotionless and somewhat messed up in the head.
I mean, concussions can cause memory loss if they're severe. If they're chronic, but it's probably severe. Some of the memories that can come back, though, partially. But if it's not back within a year, it's probably not coming back ever. Concussions are scary. They're like really scary. Plus, if you get a concussion, you're more likely to get another concussion. Fun fact.
That makes sense.
Well, yeah, it's a brain bleed. If you bruise an area and then you bruise it again, I suppose it's likely that you'll have the same kind of thing happen. Watch your head, folks.
Yeah, please be careful. I could send you an image of the character I'm referencing if you want. Sure, go ahead.
I know next to nothing about Ace Attorney, and I have a rough guess of what you're talking about. It's like a car accident or something to do with fire.
I mean, there's a lot of different cases in Ace Attorney, so I don't know all of them. But I have seen a bit of Ace Attorney, and the main thing people, remember from it is just screaming objection and like the absurd amount of, nope, you have to prove this. It's like, you shouldn't. That's not how that. You know what? Whatever.
We've proved your client couldn't have possibly been at the area of the crime. We have an airtight alibi. But we don't have anyone to send to jail, so we're just gonna send them instead.
More like, we've proven that you were at the scene, but can you prove that they were the ones who stabbed the guy? And it's like, there was only one person at the scene. What do you
How
mean?
how can we tell the client that the victim did not just stab themselves? Maybe they threw themselves 10 feet into the air onto the telephone pole. We don't know.
Yeah, that kind of stupid. Oh, yeah, I can see it. I vaguely remember her design. Yeah, bandaged across the head. But yeah, Ace Attorney has that sort of stuff. Can you prove the small blind boy struggled with the trained bodyguard and shot him? But I
Point
think
to the
that's a
part
bit of
of
the charm.
point to the part of his photograph that proves this boy could not have done that.
Point on this clear. Do you have evidence that this person was even murdered? It's like, here's the autopsy report. Can you prove this autopsy report is real? What?
You're literally holding it. You're holding the autopsy report. What are we to do to prove it's real? Find his parents?
Wait, no. Can you prove they didn't do that? It's one of the biggest causes of guilty until proven innocent, going too far in the games. Like, the boy is blind. Yeah. It does feel like that, like, very much guilty until proven innocent, which is backwards as hell.
And it is actually the guilty until proven innocent is actually how some courts do it in some locations. Uh, it's not always innocent until proven guilty.
Seems kind of messed up, honestly.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but then with different cultures. So,
You have to prove you're innocent instead of, you have to, you know, instead of being in the position of you have to be proven guilty, it's you have to prove that you're innocent, which is like, a lot of the time I can see how that is very difficult to prove you're innocent. But, whatever.
yeah, and Enio's got it, yeah.
It's a reflection of the Japanese legal system, 99% conviction rate. That's,
Yeah.
ugh, unfortunate. But I guess it does promote don't do things illegal or you're going to jail. Because it's
That'll get a
very
receipt
harsh.
every location you visit.
Hmm.
And be around like 2 other people at all time to have a solid alibi. Or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
We'll just never leave the house. The latter, that one doesn't seem as good advice.
if you don't leave the house, they'll think you're guilty of something and you're hiding. But people like to lie as well. Yeah, people do like to lie. It is a skill that some have. And picking up on lies isn't exactly easy because in human nature we like to believe people. We are biologically made to believe and trust in people.
It is innocent until proven guilty. and we do like a lot of some people, and I know I fall in this category too. Do like to give people the benefit of the doubt, far beyond when it would have been reasonable.
Hmm.
My wallet, remember that?
There's also a lot of
Yeah.
cases of testimonies or admissions of guilt being forced out of the defendants in Japan too. That's fucked.
Like force is in like a bunch of yelling, or force in a way I'd rather not know.
Either way is not good.
Yeah.
But it's their culture, I suppose, and it's just what they do. Not exactly anything
I
I
don't
can.
agree with it. I mean, I can
Yeah.
maybe see how it happened and how it's done like that, but I don't think I personally agree with it, no.
Mm-mm. It could also be the fact that we weren't born into that culture, so we don't, fully comprehend it, and there's more nuance to it.
It's probably reasoning behind it, in fact, as we don't see, but from what we can see, what we understand, kind of seems a bit backwards.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I suppose to some people, all legal systems probably seem a bit backwards.
Yeah, it would
Fun
seem
thing,
like that.
it's a fun thing about different cultures. It can be radically different.
Yeah. And you don't really know until you learn about it, and then you're like, wow, huh, that's odd. If you want a good explanation of it, someone did a video explaining it during an analysis of Persona 5 MC, basically explaining the characters and situations from a Japanese perspective. Ah, gotcha. Hmm, neat. Ooh, cracked my fingers.
We are thrilling conversationalists, aren't we?
Not necessarily. We've been talking for a good majority of this non-stop, so a little dead air here and there isn't going to kill anyone. Plus, besides, when it comes to the video, it just means I have to edit it out, so I should really encourage myself to talk more, so less editing.
Okay, conversation topics. Hmm.
But also, if it is just us saying, what should we talk about over and over again, I'm probably going to cut that as well, because no one wants to hear about, what should we talk about? Just saying that over and over again. It is not an actual topic.
It's not that there, at least.
Yeah, it is, but yeah, doesn't seem very, like, I don't know. It feels like content that should just be cut out, like, we're in this dead air section. What should we talk about? I don't know. Let's just keep asking what should we talk about to fill dead air, and yeah, just it's not content I would want to watch, so I cut it out.
I doubt many people would want to watch that.
Hmm. What type of beach you like to see? Honestly, I'm not a fan of beaches. Like, I don't like going to the beach.
I don't mind the beach. I just kind of like being indoors more, though.
Mhm.
Never been much of an outdoorsman.
Yeah.
But they are nice to go to. The sand gets everywhere. They are nice to go to. You just see, and then you go home.
Yeah, I think beaches, they look nice, but personally, I'm not a fan of spending time on the beach. Like, the sand is a pain in the ass in all senses. I don't like it. And,
I
like,
don't.
being in the ocean, I don't like being in the ocean.
I don't
It's
think
kind of
you're meant to
gross.
put the sand in your shorts. That probably would help it not being a pain in the ass.
I mean, it's not always easy to keep it out of your ass, okay? You sit down and the thing is like a vacuum cleaner. For some reason.
I think we suffer two entirely different sets of problems here, but okay.
I'm just saying, sand, it gets everywhere easily, and, like, it's not fun for me. Also, I don't like being in the ocean. Kind
We're
of
gonna say
gross.
Star Wars quote in a moment. Star Wars quote, anyone? Say it now, forever hold your peace. No?
No.
I think we're good then, okay.
Hmm. What
Music.
happened during the last stream, since I was helping Dewey with FE Engage on Friday? Last time was a Doggo Discussion. We got a new follower, talked a bit about furries on college campus. We talked about teasing and how does that work biologically. I don't remember what else we talked about. And then Epic joined like a minute before it ended.
Ah yes, a fun time was had by all, other than me. I wasn't there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunate timing.
yeah. I was busy, I only noticed it stream like afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, can't beat them all, I suppose.
It is unfortunate because I feel like a lot of time I announce the stream and it's like there would be more people who would want to, but because they don't have like a ping or something, they miss it. It's like that could be solved by a Discord server, but at the same time, I don't want to have a Discord server that I have to manage because that's a pain.
I'd personally avoid it. It's a bit of a pain in the ass.
Which is why I'm just content as it is. But it does come with the negative of, hey, I'm live, and unless people like, check Discord and they see that I'm there or they've followed and have notifications on, they're gonna miss it.
To be fair, if you have a successful Discord server, it's not because it's a stream, it's because it's a successful Discord server. At some point, you just get so many people that the server itself is pulling more people than the streams. Yeah, we both know the proof of that statement.
Yeah, fair. I mean, some people come for different kinds of content. Some come for the streamer, and then others come for the Discord server and the content on the Discord server.
And then you got bots, but I don't think those count as people.
Yeah, no. Not a fan of beaches either. I don't like sand. It's rough and coarse and it gets everywhere. The sea is great though. Of
There's the
course.
quote. There's the
Yes.
quote.
Uh-huh. I was trying to avoid the quote, but I knew someone would say it.
I don't actually mind the water too much. Uh, it's alright. Not a fan of the jellyfish, but yeah, the water's fine.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the ocean, honestly. It's not like a fear thing. Like I've enjoyed being like playing in the water and playing with the waves and such. It's just as I've gotten older, it's like I don't know, it just feels kind of gross and icky and like not fun anymore.
Well, I mean, it makes sense for it to be gross. You don't trash in it, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the most fun thing to do at the beach, if you can find like a small little river or something, is just like I like building like dams to the
Mm.
best of my ability. I'm not a beaver, if anyone even suggests that, but yeah, I don't know why. But it's just fun to build things and have them do a thing, and you get to be happy about it being successful, even if it's just making water go a certain way.
See, I was the type to always try and dig a deep hole. Never really got that deep, but like yeah, that's like the first thing I would always do is like, well, I'm here at the beach. I guess I'm here to dig a hole now.
Whole lot of fun.
Because, I don't know, for some reason digging a hole seemed interesting to me.
Hmm. I can dig it.
Let's see. I like the beach sand. It's soft and nice, but if you're wet, it sucks. Like playing with sand, like in your hands and in a controlled environment, that's fine and fun. Like I've played with when I was younger. If you know, like the sand tables, like I played with one of those before, and they were enjoyable when I was younger. So sand isn't completely bad. It's just I'm not a fan of the beach entirely.
Hmm. The water stings when you get in your eyes. I don't like it. Getting in my eyes.
Yeah.
Plus, I never know what to wear at the beach, because shorts are very revealing, and swimsuits are also revealing. Yeah.
See, I'm fine just wearing swim trunks. However, that might be a bit changing in the future. I don't know how it's gonna work in the future. Honestly, it might be a bit complicated
I
with
mean, when
the.
you're going there, changing the swim trunks is very easy. You just wear them before you get there, and then you drop your pants.
Hmm.
But it's the leaving part that's hard, because now your trunks are wet, and how do you can't just put your trousers back on, and
I mean,
yeah.
typically you just like try and wring them out as best you can. Dry out in the sun for a bit, and then when you're about to head home, put like a towel on the seat. That's typically what we did anyway.
Oh, I did a weird like changing thing in the car.
No, we just head home in our uh, swimming attire. It was usually because we had stayed out of the water for long enough that it'd dry or be just barely damp, and then anything left over would get soaked up by a towel that we just lay on the seats.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the other thing I don't like the beach with is I'm a bit sun sensitive or heat sensitive. I don't know
Mm.
which. If I'm outside too long, I will get a bit sick. 'Cause
Ooh.
I'm an inside person. I don't go out much. Called a life of being very isolated and having really nothing or no one to go see. For yeah, the sun does not react greatly with me over long periods. I
That
do like
is.
going outside. The weather's nice, or it's nice to go out sometimes. And the beach is a nice place. You got like a view, smells are decent. I don't get much of a sense of smell, but I mean it's nice to smell the sea air sometimes.
Hmm.
You got different kinds of beaches too. I've only really been to the sandy ones, but then I got ones with pebbles. I know there's some out there like really cool sands, like black sand or really soft sand. Uh, yeah, interesting places. Mm.
It
But
is nice when you have a
yeah,
chance to go.
mm.
Personally, when it comes to the sun, it's for me. It's always been I just get very dark. Like my skin complexion gets very dark when I'm in the sun.
You tan very easy.
Hmm. It's less of tan, more of baking. Like I don't usually get sunburned. Like I think I've been sunburned once, but yeah,
I don't, I don't think I've been sunburned, but it's definitely affected me negatively before. But
radiation
that was more
poisoning.
that was more in far sunnier climates than England. Mm.
Hmm. Yeah, that's fair. Seawater feels nice and cool. Plus, I like the taste somewhat. Ew.
Don't drink the seawater.
Ew. There's so
Don't.
much wrong with that.
There's so much plastic in it. There's so much. No.
Ew.
God. Do you know how many people pee in the ocean?
Hmm.
No.
That's why it's salty.
Oh
Anyway,
no.
uh,
No.
I only hate the beach because I get burned every time. Well, you just gotta put on more sunblock. Well, that and try and stay in the shade as best you can. I also get sunburn a lot. I dislike putting on sunscreen. Well, that's your problem. I don't see what the issue with sunscreen is. Like, just, it's whatever. It's like a lotion. You put it on, it does its thing.
Well, I mean, I guess some people could argue it causes cancer, but the sun also causes cancer.
Mm,
So,
hmm.
eh.
When I put sunscreen, I still get burned. I hate it. Oof. Maybe just not using strong enough? I don't know. I don't know how sunscreen and sun poisoning or radiation works. I prefer wearing Speedos when I go to swim. Don't enjoy the material trunks are made from. I will say that some swimming trunks are uncomfortable, and like they have this sort of mesh fabric on them, and they're like not comfortable for my rear, and it's like annoying. So instead, I wear like basketball shorts, like the smooth ones. Those work
I
just
like
fine.
I like the ones with the netting, nice and floaty.
I don't like the netting. Like it's a pain in my ass in the literal sense.
Different body shapes maybe. Who knows?
I mean, I'm very skinny and twig-like, so
Okay, so we're like the same. Okay, yeah, then I have no clue.
just not for me, I suppose.
Maybe we're
I'm
not
okay
that.
with speedos and trunks. I never tried a speedo, nor do I plan on it.
I would rather not try a speedo personally. Yeah.
Good for you if you're confident enough, but me personally, no thank you.
I feel if I put that on, I would first off never get it off, and second off be in a lot of discomfort. No.
Hydra's secretly a dash bun. The mane and stripes is just frosting. I don't actively drink seawater, obviously. I just don't mind when it accidentally gets in my mouth. I dislike having to
Gently
make
get it in
sure
your mouth.
everywhere is for something covered in something. You shouldn't enjoy it when it occasionally happens to like get into your mouth, like
You like surf or something or bodyboard? If you don't do either of those things, I don't know why you're going so deep in the water.
I mean, you don't even have to go that deep. Like a big wave could just come up to shore and just knock you over or something. Or you could be sitting in the water.
Yeah, fair.
I use strong sunscreen, but the sun is too strong to matter. Try staying in shade more then. Like, there's beach umbrellas for a reason. Use them.
Bring like a extendable umbrella for like rain and just use that instead.
Some people do.
Just bring your own shade. Yeah.
Yeah, whenever we go to the beach, we typically bring like, those. They're not exactly tents, but I don't know how else to explain them. They're sort of like tents, but they're
The
meant for like
large sort
standing
of
under.
the large sort of parasol umbrellas that you can pop up and just
Not
cuddle
even
under.
just a parasol umbrella. Like they're full on. They have a tent-like roof that extend
Oh,
outward, but they're not exactly a tent. Like it has the roof, but it doesn't have the walls
they're
or
like
the floor.
so is it like one of those things like four like corners that hold it up, or is it a
Yeah,
singular
yeah,
set?
that.
Oh,
Yeah, we take that to the
I'm
beach
thinking about those. Yeah.
and typically put like everything under there and just, sit there whenever we're eating or whatever.
Picture that in my head. All I can think of is like a beachside barbecue. I don't know why.
I mean, that
I
sounds
might be
kind
mad.
of good, but also I feel like partially sucky because like sand can
And
mess it
yeah.
up.
Oh,
Darn
well, here's a bunch of
sand.
hot dogs. It's the sandy dog. I
Hmm,
hope you didn't like your teeth.
gross. Here, have literal foot fungus in your mouth.
Ugh,
Hmm,
no. Ugh.
gross. Yeah, I'm personally not the biggest fan of the beach overall, just not for me. Power to people who enjoy it, but nah.
Yeah, it's a sensational experience for everyone. That one
Granted,
was
there are
forced. That one was really
some.
forced.
A bit. Granted, there are some beaches where it's like, wow, this is really gorgeous sight and it's beautiful to see. Like, you know, still cool to see in that aspect, but spending time there more than just sightseeing is maybe not for me. But I guess it really has to do with, are you an outdoors person? Do you like water? This is probably for you. Yeah, I used to be a fan of the beach, but the sunburns was too much for me. Yeah, I can see how that kills the vibe. My family enjoys going to the beach while in France, but they usually let me stay in the caravan since they know I'm not the biggest fan unless food is involved.
Hey, you're a trail hound. I get it. I see.
Me personally, anytime like my family wants to go to the beach, I'm like, I want to stay home. I don't want to go. You guys have fun. The beach isn't for me. But yeah.
I'm not against going outdoors, but yeah, I think it's probably better places to go than, you know, pile of sand with some water next to it, with
Agreed.
high salt intake. Don't drink the water.
Just imagine Ennio over there like lapping it up with his tongue. There's one beach that's next to a restaurant which we usually go to at least once per holiday. Pretty good ice cream there. I think a lot of beaches have like, food places nearby because great real estate. And
Not
they
all of
have
them.
pretty decent food.
Not all beaches, but some beaches do.
Yeah.
Depends if you're going to one of the more natural ones, or if you're going to one of the ones near like some sort of town or city or something.
hmm
We'll have the pools.
I will say though, like towns or cities near the beaches typically are very beautiful and nice.
They're
But
built for tourism.
hmm
But if you leave the tourist areas, they kinda stop being that, I'd
hmm
assume.
the seaside atmosphere gives the food some charm to make up for any mediocrity. Yep. hmm But yeah, looks like it's about time to wrap up.
Yeah,
3:56.
I was about to mention that. It was getting on here.
Yeah, I paid attention to the time this time.
I've been keeping an eye on it too.
You're like, I can't wait. How long is this until I can leave?
Oh, it's less that I'm all like, I haven't eaten in a few hours and I'm hungry.
Oh no, I totally get it. After this, I'm also going to eat because again, forgot to eat before stream.
I could have eaten 2 hours ago. Let's say
Hmm.
this came up and I wanted to be here and I didn't want to be disturbing the flow.
You could have left at any time, Epic. It's fine. I told you this already.
I know, but I got really into it.
But yeah, I don't blame you. Sometimes you're just like, I really want to continue this conversation and not stop for hours.
Yeah. Especially since I was given the option to just continue. So I figured, yeah, okay, I'll just continue.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll have another opportunity. Like, I like talking to folks and bringing them on, and it's been enjoyable with you, so there will definitely be a time in the future in which I bring you on again.
Okay. And to those who don't like me being on here, sorry.
We apologize, but we don't care.
You can leave yourself. You can leave your complaints in the complaint box on Mount Everest. If
hmm
the complaint box is not there, then go to Egypt. It might be over there instead. It's not in those two locations. Sorry.
hmm We'll have a group doggo discussion at some point, maybe. Yeah, I do intend to at some point. It's just I didn't want to go into it with people I haven't done a one-on-one with because I want to get a catch for their vibe and how they would interact on stream. So I want to get like, okay, I would be okay having like Epic and Meryl together because they would mesh well. They're both very reserved and they'll chime in here and there, and it would be a good flow. But like, I wouldn't mesh, say, two people who are really high energy, high energetic, because that would one overshadow me and be a bit too much. Like it needs to be moderated, you know.
Yeah, I feel like if you put like two extroverts together, you would not be able to get them to stop.
hmm Which is why I am very much I need to do one-on-ones with people before multiple at a time. But yeah, I'll wrap it up there. Hey, like 3 hours ago. Then maybe having me and Fox together might be a bit too much for streams. Yeah, that is one of the things. It's like I can't have both of you. Love you guys, I do. But you guys together is just... I've seen your chaotic energy in Session 0. It is too much for this stream. Maybe Dez's, but not here. But yeah. Outro. Thank you, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise, for joining me today for another Doggo discussion with a friend. It's been rather fun, you know. Talked about a few different topics here and there. Nice getting a chat with Epic this time, my lovely editor and good friend. Hope everyone enjoyed and had a good time. Any final words for you, Epic?
Don't worry about how the... No, apparently not. I can't. They're not coming out. Sorry. I'll try it again. Don't worry about the fact you can feel your clothes.
Oh, thank you very much for that. Well, with that, goodbye, everyone.
I was waiting to do that.